Welcome, students. Today, we're going to start a very interesting and important chapter from your geography book. We'll be going on a geographical tour of our own country, India, to understand its size and its location on the world map. But before we begin, let's just think for a moment. Why does a country's address on the globe even matter? Well, it's actually very important. A country's location affects everything: its climate, the kind of crops that grow there, its history, and even its relationships with other countries. So understanding this is really the first step to understanding our nation's story. To find India's address, we have to start with the big picture, the entire world. Here you can see all the continents and the oceans. Our journey begins here, by first finding our continent, Asia, and then zooming in to find our incredible country, India. So, in today's lesson, we are going to cover these 5 key topics. We'll find India's address on Earth, then we'll measure its size, understand how we have one time for the whole country, see India's special place in the world, and finally, we'll meet our neighbors. We'll go through them one by one. Okay, let's begin with part 1, India's address on Earth. Here, we're going to find India's exact location on the planet. Now, these are 2 very fundamental facts that you must remember. First, India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. This means it is located completely north of the equator. And second, India is a part of the Asian continent, extending southwards into the Indian Ocean. All right, now that we know the general location, let's get a bit more precise. In part 2, we will measure our nation's extent. Just think of latitudes and longitudes as the Earth's address lines, which help us define the exact boundaries of any country.
First, let's look at the latitudes. Remember, these are the horizontal lines, the sleeping lines, on the globe. As you can see on this map, the Indian mainland stretches from 8 degrees 4 minutes north in the south right up to 37 degrees 6 minutes north in the Himalayas. And now, for the longitudes. These are the vertical lines, the standing lines. Our country extends from 68 degrees 7 minutes east in Gujarat on the western side, all the way to 97 degrees 25 minutes east in Arunachal Pradesh. Notice that both our values are north and east, confirming India's position in the northeastern hemisphere. Now, this is a very important line of latitude that you must remember for your exam. It's called the Tropic of Cancer. Its value is 23 degrees 30 minutes north, and it passes almost through the middle of our country, dividing it into 2 almost equal halves. Now let's talk about size. India's total land area is a massive 3.28 million square kilometers. It's a very big number, isn't it? And it is this vastness that is the reason for the incredible diversity we see in our country, from mountains and deserts to different climates and cultures. This huge area makes India the 7th largest country in the world. As this chart shows, we come after Russia, Canada, the USA, China, Brazil, and Australia. And you should also know that while we are 7th in size, we are the most populous country in the world. India's boundaries are also very impressive. We have a very long land boundary of about 15,200 kilometers that we share with our neighbors. And we also have a beautiful, long coastline of more than 7,500 kilometers, and this includes our island groups as well. Now, having such a wide country, stretching so far from east to west, creates a very interesting challenge, a challenge related to time. So in part 3, we'll see how a country so wide manages to have one nation, one time. Because India is so wide, there is a natural time difference of about 2 hours from east to west. This means that the sun rises in Arunachal Pradesh in the east almost 2 hours before it rises in Gujarat in the west. Imagine the confusion if different parts of our country followed different times. This brings us to a very logical question, and it's one that is often asked in exams. If sunrise happens at different times, why do all our watches, from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, show the exact same time? Well, the answer lies in this specific line of longitude you see on the map. This is called the Standard Meridian of India. It is located at 82 degrees 30 minutes east, and it passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. So, to solve this problem, and to ensure that all our trains, flights, and daily schedules run smoothly, India decided to follow the time of this single meridian for the entire country. And this uniform time is what we all know as Indian Standard Time, or IST. Okay, so now we have seen India's size and how we manage time. Let's zoom out again in part 4. We will now understand why India's location is considered a huge strategic advantage on the world map. India's location is truly strategic. We are located right in the center, between East Asia and West Asia,
and the Deccan Peninsula extends deep into the Indian Ocean. This position allows the trans-Indian Ocean routes to connect us easily to Europe and Africa in the west and to East Asia. For centuries, these ancient routes were not just for trade. They were also like highways for the exchange of ideas and culture. Indian stories, the decimal system, and our philosophy spread to the world, and in turn, we were also influenced by ideas from other cultures.
And now for our final section. Let's complete our tour by meeting our neighbors. Understanding the countries that share our borders is a very crucial part of geography, especially for your map work and exams.
Please take a good look at this political map. As you study it, try to identify each neighboring country one by one. And also notice our island neighbors to the south, which are separated from us by the sea.
Let's list our neighbors together. To our northwest, we have Pakistan and Afghanistan. To our north, we share borders with China, Nepal, and Bhutan. To our east are Bangladesh and Myanmar. And across the sea, to our south, are our island neighbors Sri Lanka and the Maldives.
So, as we conclude our chapter, please remember this. India's geography is not just something you read in a textbook. It is a living force that has shaped our history and our culture, and it continues to influence our country's role in the world today. It's something worth thinking about.